you remember this guy. Some people have said that this boss is way too difficult, and this is the first boss in this game. It comes in the 3rd level, so it probably is way too difficult, but I don't want to make it easier, so I will just show how to beat it. So it's actually pretty simple and easy boss to beat when you follow a few guidelines. So if you follow these rules, well, it will actually be pretty easy boss to beat. The first thing you should know is that it is super aggressive, so if you come close it will definitely do something. I mean, it might... I will not just explain a few attacks, let me get through every single attack. So first is the basic gun. It will just shoot a rocket. Then there's also the jump, as you saw. Well, this is also one of those attacks that is definitely avoidable. And there's this spinning attack. It will only do it if you come close to it. Then there's this lovely grab attack. Well, it's pretty self-explanatory. It will just grab you and throw you around. Yeah. And this spin attack will oftentimes lead to it. I mean, if you come close to it, it will grab you and throw you around. So oftentimes jumps, spins and everything. When it can get close to you, it will always try to grab you. Then there's this frenzy attack. Well, it will just shoot everywhere. Then there's this dash attack. Well, it's the worst attack it has, probably, because it is so easy to avoid. And this is the last attack it has. So it will grab a rock and throw it. Then after a few seconds, well, it will fall. It can fall onto its head, or it can fall onto your head, or onto nobody's head. But now I'm going to explain the strategy, how to beat it. So the mistake you're probably making is that you're being too aggressive. So you should never try to shoot it, because it is just wasting bullets. So you should kill it with mines. And as you can see, well, it will take quite a lot of damage from mines. And by the way, I know when it's jumping around and doing stuff like that, it is real tempting to try to put a mine in front of it. But that is a mistake, it will just lead you to getting trapped. So you should only put a mine if it's dashing at you, as I just did. You might have noticed, but I also placed a mine when it threw a rock. Well, that's also possible, but it's a little bit risky, so you should time it correctly. But, well, when it's dashing, it's pretty much riskless. You should also be aware of the fact that you're probably gonna heat up in the battle, your tank is gonna heat up, so you will have to keep a track on that. So when it does, that frenzy attack and stuff like that, when it's relatively safe, you should always try to not move the tank an inch, so it will cool down. And yeah, this was pretty much every single tip that I could give you. Yeah, I told you, it is pretty simple to beat it. But here's a little summary. First, don't use bullets. Second, only attack it with mines when it's dashing at you, or if it's throwing a rock and you're actually in a good position. Third, be patient. And fourth, cool down as much as possible. Well, if it's throwing a rock, that's a good time, and if it's dashing, that's also a good time, well, after it has dashed. And, well, if it's in a frenzy attack mode, I don't know, shooting those bullets around, well, that's also a good time to try and cool down. But yeah, those tips actually make it pretty easy to beat. But yeah, this was everything. Good luck.